Hey guys, welcome back to another how-to video. This one I'm going to show you how to use a VLOOKUP properly in line with big data. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background here. So I have this Excel file open, and what I did was I just used some random store names, and you'll be able to see from the drop-down filter that I used 84 Lumber, Ace Hardware, Advanced Auto Parts, and the like in here, a couple of big retailers. I just totally made these numbers up. Tracking number I also made up. But in this scenario, you landed a huge deal with all of these customers, and you are selling Super Slick chapstick, and you've got a couple of variety of flavors. You've got bourbon flavored, cotton candy, Dr. Pepper, raspberry, and vanilla. Congratulations. So basically you're sending them all in packs of 20s, right? So over here, the business question basically is, based off of these tracking numbers, an employee brought these to you and said, hey, I got these tracking numbers, but I have no idea what product they got, the customer that got them, or the store number that received them. So we're just going to put this as business problem, because you don't know who got it, what they got, or what store number it went to. Well, first we're going to look at the product type, right? So basically a VLOOKUP operates like this. If you have a unique identifier, in this case it would be a tracking number. This tracking number is unique. It's almost like a phone number. No number in your tracking is going to be the same as any other one. So basically I should be able to go over to this raw data that I pulled out of whatever your shipper is, and based upon that I'm going to go in here and I'm going to VLOOKUP all of these numbers and see I have almost, let's do some page down here. I'll just show you real quick. Look at all this data that I have in here. I have almost 10,000 rows worth of data. So you want to find these tracking numbers and you want to find all of this, but how am I going to do that? Simple, with a VLOOKUP. So here's what you're going to do. I'm going to hit the equals sign because that starts out a formula, and you're going to put VLOOKUP. You can either click VLOOKUP or you can hit tab. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this tracking number because that's what I want to find, right? I'm going to hit comma because that's like it's basically your identifier to tell the formula to start looking things up. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on the raw data. Based upon this, if I'm just going to look for the product type, I'm just going to go over and I'm going to basically just drag my formula over to the product type. And then I'm going to hit Shift Control down, and that's going to grab every single row that I have, right? So since I'm looking for the product, what I want to do is I'm going to hit comma, and since that information lives in column C, I'm going to hit number 3 because that's the third column over. So A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, it's the third column over. So then I'm going to choose false or true. Based upon this information, I want to put false because I want it to be an exact match. And that's what it's going to go find that tracking number in column A, and it's going to bring it over, and it's going to give me back the data that's in column C. Ready? Look at that. So based upon that tracking number, Super Slick Chapstick vanilla flavor is the product that shipped under that. If I were to drag, if you've ever seen this is a fill handle, you're going to drag this all the way down. Look at that. All of it populated. So there's all of your vanilla, your cotton candy, your raspberry, your cotton candy, and bourbon. So based upon that, I now know what shipped on that tracking number. I'm going to go ahead and come back and I'm going to fill in the customer name and the store number, but they're a little bit different than just dragging this formula over to the customer name and the store number. But I'm going to come back in another video and explain how to get the customer name and the store number. So stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.